In this course, we've discussed a lot of aspects that are important for your site's SEO. However, there's one very important aspect we haven't talked about yet: optimizing your images. So that's what we'll cover in this module. In this lesson, we'll explain why images are important and why it's important to optimize your images. Let's dive right in. Whether you're a blogger, an online shop owner, or you write articles for an online magazine or newspaper, you've probably thought about whether your posts or pages need images. The answer is yes. There are 3 reasons for this. First of all, images bring an article to life. If you use images with care, they will make your text more appealing, and they will help readers better understand your article. Moreover, well-chosen images can also back up your message. Images are not only important for your readers, they can also contribute to your website's SEO. Firstly, since visual search is getting increasingly important, images could turn out to provide you with a nice bit of traffic. Secondly, images entice people to click your post. If a visitor has to choose which site to visit on Pinterest or Facebook, they will choose one with an image that's compelling to them. A post without images is even less likely to be picked up on Facebook, Twitter, and Google. So it's definitely important to add images to your posts and pages. Finally, images are a very important aspect of a branding strategy. If you consistently use illustrations and photos that fit your brand, your audience will eventually recognize and remember your brand from simply looking at your pictures. Once you've selected a nice and compelling image, the next step is to optimize it for use on your website. But why is it so important to optimize your images? Well, first of all, it's important to optimize your images for accessibility reasons. For example, your users may have turned off images in their web browsers, or they could be using a screen reader because of any visual impairments. To ensure that no information gets lost in these situations, you should always make sure to add an image alt attribute, also called alt text or alt tag, to your images. This provides your visitor with a descriptive text if for any reason this visitor can't see the image. We'll explain more about this later on in this module. Secondly, image optimization is important for SEO. As I've mentioned before, images can improve almost any post or page. Remember the saying, "A picture is worth 1,000 words"? Your article becomes a lot more attractive with images. By optimizing your images, you provide both your users and search engines with a textual description of the image. We'll discuss how you do this further on in this module. For now, you need to know that optimizing your images will not only increase accessibility, but also your chance of ranking in image search. In addition, you should make sure your images load fast. After all, loading times are incredibly important for UX and SEO. The faster the site, the easier it is to visit and index a site. Images can really slow down your site. That's why you should resize your images and serve them in the smallest file size possible. But loading times are also important for conversion. According to a test by Google, every 2-second delay can drop your engagement and affect your revenue by over 4%. If you own an online shop, chances are that you have images on just about every page of your site. If you don't scale and compress your images, they can slow down navigation and make people leave your site. If you want to offer visitors a great experience and improve conversion, you should put some extra work into optimizing your images. Now, let's summarize what we've learned in this lesson. It's very important to add images to your posts and pages, not only because images bring an article to life, but also because they improve your SEO. However, it's not enough to just add images. You should optimize them as well. We've seen that image optimization is important for accessibility, SEO, and conversion reasons. That's it. In the next lesson, we'll explain how you should prepare images for use in your article.